As a reviewer, I hate to watch other reviews of a film before I go to see it, because I don't want to have my opinion swayed either way before the opening credits. But there is one place I can go to satisfy my itching curiosity, where I can be sure I won't be entirely influenced one way or the other. It's a YouTube channel called Two Jews on Film. They're this very entertaining, eccentric Jewish couple called Joan and John, and the beauty of their reviews is that they very rarely, ever, agree with each other.
I'm gonna really try hard to get the names right.
I hope so, and I hope you'll also try to use your critical faculties a little bit.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you're going to try really hard to find the good in each movie.
I'm going to try to find the good in each movie, but the way it's starting out...
What are you talking about? The film we're reviewing tonight is Steven Soderbergh.
They're both so sure that their own opinion is the right one, and I never know who to believe. Anyway, they couldn't decide on the worthiness of Haywire. Joan loved it, John hated it, and so I thought it'd be interesting to give my review as a response to what they had to say. The main selling point in Haywire, and this is interesting amongst a really strong lineup of actors, is the debuting lead actress Gina Carano, who's better known for her real-life fighting prowess in the MMA. Obviously, Carano isn't an experienced actress, and John felt this was detrimental to the film. There's actually been a lot said about the tricks they've used in the sound department to make Carano seem more convincing. Soderbergh has admitted to tampering with Carano's voice in every way possible to make her sound more like the character they envisioned, but some Carano fans have gone as far as to say that it's actually another actress's voice dubbed. Honestly, I don't know, but if it's true, it's the most convincing dubbing I've ever seen in a movie. The difference in Carano's voice is only noticeable to her fans or people that have heard her talking before. To everybody else, it's just fine. Filmmakers usually make actors look like amazing fighters using special effects. Well, here they've used special effects to make an amazing fighter look like she can act. I don't have any problem with the former, so I don't see why I shouldn't be okay with the latter. As far as screen presence goes, I really don't know what John was talking about. She has a massive screen presence. Apart from being stunning to look at, she comes across very convincingly as one scary motherfucking woman. She's someone a bad man would definitely not like to bump into in a dark alley. The fight scenes in this film are incredible. Rather than compete with almost every action film out there that uses CGI and fast edits to create overblown extravaganzas, Soderbergh has chosen the more understated route of exceptional fight choreography, and it's a gamble that really pays off.
Like the perfect couple.
So why did they betray her?
Oh? Is the divorce final? Paul, you there? Mallory.
Effectively, it means that although there are no somersaults or brawls in mid-air whilst falling from an aeroplane, the fights in Haywire are raw and visceral. Apart from one fight at the end, Ewan McGregor, don't ever try to fight again. You wince at every punch that lands, and there's this brilliant hell yeah feeling every time Carano kicks ass. Ask yourself this: do you want super high stakes, or stakes that you actually believe? Needless to say, this was something that Joan and John agreed on. The fighting rocks. As far as the rest of her performance goes, she's probably lucky that the film doesn't require huge emotional range. She doesn't need to do a lot of acting, and so you can't fault her for not doing it. What I love about this film is they don't sexualise the protagonist. Carano is a beautiful woman, but the emphasis isn't on that at all in this film. There's no real love interest, and there are no tit or bum shots. Of course, as a man, I love tit and bum shots, but I hate the obviousness of it all, and it's refreshing to see a good action movie that doesn't pander to the male audience. No offence to Angelina, but this is what Tomb Raider and Salt should have been, but weren't. The story is basically about a rogue agent who has to find out why the people she was working for are now trying to kill her. I agree with John here. We've seen this story 1,000 times before, and just knowing that that was the plot made me dubious about going to see it. Where I disagree with John is where he said the film was convoluted. Sorry, but after seeing Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy quite recently, this film seems about as convoluted as a children's bedtime story. This is John's major drawback about the movie, and being told that a film is convoluted is enough to put anybody off. But remember, this is coming from the same man who gave True Grit a 2.5 rating because he thought it was too slow. What you should know before you buy your tickets is that this isn't an all-out action movie. It has a twisty-turny plot and it takes its time to unravel, but when all is said and done, you will know exactly what went down, and it turns out to all be rather simple. I'm not going to exaggerate, the storyline isn't groundbreaking, but it's interesting enough, and it's helped along by an incredible supporting cast, including Michael Douglas, Ewan McGregor, Michael Fassbender, Antonio Banderas, Bill Paxton, and who's that guy from the G.I. Joe film?
Tatum, what's his name? Tatum, Tatum.
Tatum,
What's his name? Come on, I wouldn't do the thing.
Don't worry guys, I looked it up, it's Channing Tatum. The fighting scenes break things up nicely, and I can understand John's disappointment that there isn't more of it, but if you replaced the mystery and suspense with unnecessary action scenes, you'd probably end up with a trashy rent-at-home action flick. Instead, this is definitely worthy of a night out of the pictures for anybody who digs suspense thrillers, Soderbergh films or MMA fighting. Sorry John, I often agree with you, but with Haywire, Joan is bang on the money. It's a very enjoyable hour and a half and it gets 5 out of 6 stars from me. If you enjoyed this review, please click like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have anything to say, you know where to put it. Bye, au revoir, doei, see you next time.